everybody. I'm going to take you on a tour of one of my favorite locations that I like to investigate. It is in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, and it's a very old cemetery. It was founded in the middle 1800s, and a lot of the people here had, when the yellow fever epidemic had came through the Gulf Coast, a lot of these people are buried here as well. And so I'm gonna just walk through here and just kind of do something different and give you guys a tour of this very beautiful and amazing cemetery. Okay, so here we go. All right. This is the middle part. We are surrounded by water here. On that side is a bayou, and on that side over there is the ocean. It's very quiet here and very gorgeous. And this is one of my favorite places. Let's see. March of 1926. Born in 1885, died in 1906. Thank you for your service. My husband is testing his new drone, so that's why we decided to stop here. This right here is usually when they're cremated and their ashes, wow, are put in there. This is what that looks like. I have to be very careful. I do have an injured knee, and it's very hilly here. So I have to be very careful with this. Here we have another, I think it's a newer one though, when they are cremated and laid to rest. So that's what that is. We have some older ones over here. Let me see if I can see the date. 1857. It's very peaceful here. It's one of my favorite ones. Now, the first time I did an investigation here, I think it was right over here, I got very, very, very sick. This family here, in this part, was relocated from a different cemetery to here. And just allow me to read the plaque to you real quick, and it'll give you a little bit more information. It is, our family members who died in the late 1800s from the yellow fever epidemic that swept the coast, they were transferred from Cox Cemetery by the WPA in the 1930s to this location in the Van Cleve family plot to rest. So right there it tells you that when the yellow fever had swept the Gulf Coast, that this family, and I was doing a spirit box session here, and I was asking them questions about it, and I got pretty sick. I don't know if it was residual or what, but I had to sit down for a minute. I got sick and dizzy, and sometimes that's how they communicate with you, really, though. You just, some people, handle it differently. Here's some very old ones right here. Okay, moving on. We're going to start going towards the center of the cemetery, which is really the older part of the cemetery, where I feel the most. I get the most vibes from. Hello, birdie. It's a very pretty one. Trying not to walk loud, but like I said, I have an injured knee, so I'm limping. So you're going to hear me walk. But I always try to be as quiet as I can, because you never know when you'll get an EVP or when there's a spirit trying to communicate with you. Okay, that one doesn't even have a date. I'm not seeing one. So, but you can tell it is an old one. Thank you for your service, Henry. And as I mentioned before, a lot of your older graves will also still have these iron gates around them, and they don't do this anymore. You don't see this anymore. So when you do see this, you know that you have stumbled across a grave that is in the middle to late 1800s to early 1900s. When I say early 1900s, I'm talking, at the most, 1910. It's about as far as that goes. Well, that's a little one. Let's go see this one. That's an itty bitty old one. That's really tiny. Huh. Must have been a child. It's very, very tiny. Here we are. We have an old tombstone here, because you're not seeing a date on it. You're not. So, as you can tell. Oh, here we are. It's on the back. Let's see. Died in 1860. And was born in 1825. Somebody's got some grass growing on this. That's pretty. And here we have another older one. And of course you can see where the ocean's at right there. Here we have another one with an iron fence around it. So I don't even... Yeah, I see one right there. It's kind of small. Yeah, all right, but it's an older one. We have one right off the road here. 1879. Was born October 1708. Or 1798. I can't see that. Maybe you could see that. There it is. 1798 to 1879. So, am I reading that right? So she was born in October of 1798 on the 17th of October and died on the 17th of October in 1879. That's really what a coincidence there. Okay. We have some older ones here. An older one here. Let's go check out what the date is on this. Died April 18th, 18, I'm gonna say 81. Okay. 18, Dr. Alfred A. Johnson, January the 2nd, 1885, and passed in the 26th of November, 1949. It's beautiful through here, absolutely stunning, gorgeous. Here we are with the iron fences again. So, as you can see, these iron fences, the date is December 23rd, 1812. Died in 1890. I'm assuming that's a 1895. I may have to stop this to turn my light on because it is getting darker. We have gorgeous oak trees here. But here we go. We have another one in an iron fence right here, as you can see. And of course, these are the older stones as well. Let's go check out the date if we can see it. If you can make that out, you can let me know, okay? Because I'm having a hard time with that. But I might have to stop what I'm doing to go get my light for my camera because it is getting darker, y'all. Oh, here we go. So give me just a minute. I'm going to turn my light on, okay? All right, I'm back. And then here's a row of them. Now, this is one of our favorite places to investigate, but there is a lot of noise pollution, a lot of noise contamination here because Ocean Springs is like a retirement area. So you have a lot of motorcycles, you have a lot of speedboats, you just have a lot of noise, a lot of, people drinking and being happy about their retirement, which, I would be too. But there's a lot of noise contamination, so sometimes it's hard for us to really get any EVPs. But it's beautiful nonetheless. It's very beautiful nonetheless. So moving on. We're not going to stay out here for long tonight. We just got out so he could try his drone. It is beautiful here, though. Here's an older one. See, I've lost track of what we've seen and what we have not seen. That's sad. I'm getting old. Let's see. Well, we'll just move on. If y'all seen it already, I'm sorry. It is a huge cemetery. It has 3 levels. You got the middle part, which is where I'm at now, which is the highest part of the cemetery. You can't see much. And then you start, and here, I'll walk you over here and kind of give you an idea. That's why it's very important to have lights out here. And then as you walk this way, this is where I have to be careful. Look at that. We got beautiful oak trees here, though. We have some of the prettiest trees here. And here, let me give you an idea of exactly what I'm talking about when I say levels. And we're walking towards the bayou right now. Let's see if you noticed. I don't know if my flashlight's picking it up that far. Now we're going to a different level. I don't know if you can see what I see, but it starts going downhill very, very, very steep. It's definitely downhill. Now, Ray and I had walked up on a grave one day, and it was one of my first spirit box sessions I had done out here. You could see my dirty feet and everything. I was barefooted that day. I gave no fucks. But, excuse my language, but, Ray, they completely cleaned it. Do you hear me? Ray, they completely cleaned it. They completely cleaned it. Huh. Well, see, they completely cleaned it. I'll be dang. But we had cleared off a lot of the trees and stuff like that. And this is what I had planted right here. Right here. Yeah, right here is what I had planted. But I don't see the canna, but that's okay. You cannot kill cannas. It's good to see that they cleaned it, though. That is awesome. But it was just growed up. I mean, completely growed up. And, well, okay, they had somebody buried right here with a little mark, but now there's no marker there. Huh. That's odd. Okay. They completely cleaned it. But all of this was grown over. And Ray and I had decided to get in there and just clean it out. I'll be dang. Huh. Well, how are you doing, Mr. Long? I see they cleaned it up for you. It looks great. As you can see, it's been freshly cleaned, but it was growed over. Huh. Okay. All right. Well, that's great, though. Really, that's great. But it was totally being ignored. But now it is clean. I'm impressed. Cool. Anyway, there's the bayou that way. And there in that dark area is the bayou. Here it's gotten totally dark. Well, it has gotten kind of dark here, and so I'm going to go ahead and cut this short and maybe do an investigation here. I'm not sure yet. Ray and I have been on the street all day, but I just kind of wanted to give you a tour of the cemetery in Ocean Springs. It's very gorgeous here, surrounded by water. So it's getting kind of dark, so I need more lights and I need more equipment. And what I have right now is just not cutting it, so we're going to go ahead and cut this short now. And I might be back, but if I do an investigation here, I'll put it straight up on YouTube, and you guys will be able to watch it, okay? Good night.